Okay, one moment. Whoops, I've just cocked something up. Just need to minimize an interface. There we go. Right, hi and welcome everyone. Welcome to your Thursday evening. I hope you're having a smooth week wherever you are in the world right now, and whatever it is you find yourself doing. Over here, just a quick update before I get started with Subnautica. On the YouTube front, I'm continuing to work on Divinity Bullshittery Part 3 for the rather grueling 9th week. Sorry, I know I keep apologising after the 5th week. Normally I can finish a bullshittery video between 4 to 5 weeks, you see, so anything longer than that is rather abnormal. Yeah, this one is a bit of a behemoth. I'm doing the best I can. I'm quite tired. It's been a busy day. What I'm basically doing is I'm taking the finished timeline, rendering it overnight, watching it, spotting errors, fixing errors, and then rinse and repeat. So I've got a notepad, and I'm just trying to polish, really. It's just quality assurance. It was somewhat frustrated by the fact that I didn't like the intro. I replaced the first 2 minutes of the video. I thought I did it quite badly. For some reason, I decided to use lots of zooms, and it was like, when I saw it, in the render at the end of it, I was like, oh, no. Just made me dizzy. So I got rid of all that, and I just redid it. It was like, okay, keep the camera still, keep it, calm, be a bit calmer with the intro. So, but no, I'm sounding really, everything's fine. I'm just, it's frustrating because you get to the end of it and you're like, my brain's frazzled. I really want to go fishing. I just want to finish the project and move on to the next one. Anyway, but I hope you're all having a lovely evening and welcome indeed. Right. As for me, so I'm quite tight. Sorry, do you mind if I just kill the light? Let me just kill the light in order to. Hang on. There we go. Right. There we go. Hey, darling. Hello, my darling. Oops, there we go. Right, so, welcome indeed, for those just joining the stream. So, Too Long Didn't Read, latest bullshittery is still being worked on, I'm afraid, but it's in the polishing phase. I'm just trying to get it ready, but there's still lots of work to do. Okay, welcome to Subnautica. So, for those not familiar with the game, it is an open-world survival game with a heavy story/mystery bent to it, or at least the first one was. We are playing as a lady called Robin. We are here because we received a notification saying that our sister, Sam, had died, and she had died on this planet, 4546b. It's a fairly remote world, at least it seems to be quite remote. It was only really discovered when a sole survivor from a crashed vessel called the Aurora from the first Subnautica managed to return to civilization with fantastic tales, I would assume, about the nature of this planet. Before then, it was really just being used as a sort of slingshot maneuvering gravity body to get further afield. The Aurora was in the process of transporting parts for a jump gate, so it wasn't even meant to go here, it just decided to fly around it, whilst also scanning for another ship that went missing, which turns out also crashed on this world. I don't know how many years ago that was, so that was the first Subnautica. Regardless, the corporation that was, owned that gate, and was also building more of them, has decided to start exploiting 4546b for unknown reasons. I can guess what the reasons are. I think I'm freezing, 1 minute. Whoop. But nevertheless, it's not entirely clear. So, we've only really just arrived. I've got some basic survival equipment. Now, we arrived stealthily. We do work, technically, for the Altera Corporation, mainly because Xeno works. I'm a xenobiologist. The company that I work for was absorbed by their corporation, but I think it's pretty clear that I'm here stealthily. We flew, out of the side of a ship that was flying nearby, being driven by a guy called Cal. So we basically snuck our way down to the surface on a passing vessel, stowed away, I would assume. So yeah, we're here without the corporation knowing, trying to find out exactly what happened to our sister on this world. Okay, looks green so far. I was on a UK-based Twitch server. I've switched over to one in France. There we go, I'm getting green. Lovely. Anyway, sorry for the people just joining. Yes, we are a xenobiologist on the planet 4546b. Now, I've recently constructed this vessel. Whoops. Recently constructed this vessel. Whoops. Recently constructed... Fuck. Recently constructed this vessel, which is a sea truck, a modular cockpit that attaches onto other things to haul it around. Like a sea moth, sort of. If you don't know what a sea moth is, it's like a scout, fast-moving underwater vessel. Okay. Right. So, what's my next action then? I guess keep exploring. One of the benefits of having this vehicle is I've now got a portable source of oxygen, so I don't have to panic and swim to the surface every time. Now then, so directly north is the crash site where we first arrived in our drop pod. So that's our current pod. We could...
Calorie intake recommended.
First I need a bite to eat, apparently. According to my AI, Xena. I've named her. Hang on. Whoop. Let's just grab something to eat.
New
Hello,
creature
hoopfish.
discovered.
Ooh, and a peeper. Yummy. And a boomerang fish. Less yummy. Also, are there any bladderfish around? Grab a few of those, get some water. Thank you, Slow Cause and Rambo. Thank you very much. Bladderfish. Bladderfish. Two more over here. They go quite docile, you see. At night time. Oh yes, I named my prior Seamoth, my prior sub, the Alert, didn't I? The sub alert. No, never mind. Thank you, Kame1. Thank you very much, Kame. Okay, so I can use the bladderfish's propulsion, like, what is it? It's got like an organ that it uses to filter water, to propel itself through the water. I can use it to filter the seawater into something I can drink. Cooked food. We will cook, yeah, the hoop fish. Never eat the antenna. Ready? Why? Arctic peeper. And boomerang. Yummy. Now also I apologise, this lady lacks all table manners. She's a xenobiologist, not, I don't know. Basically she makes weird noises when she eats.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Can you stop it? Right. And also she doesn't drink like a normal human being. Can you stop it? She would be the most annoying person to have next to you in the office, wouldn't she? The sort of person that every time they reach for their mug of coffee makes a horrible slurping noise. Thank you, Harry Llama. Holy shit. Thank you for the tier 3, Harry. That's extremely generous of you, Harry Llama. Thank you for your kindness. And thank you, Reaver the Slayer and Kame1. Thank you. And Zenus. Thank you, Zenus. She might be British? Poppycock. British people have manners sometimes. Okay. So, food and water. I'm going to head off, not to the tunnel system. That's just a place that we were exploring to find some parts for different vehicles. I think we should go in the direction of Delta Station, which I think, according to a log from someone called... was it Lillian? I think that's where my sister used to do some work. Now, apparently she wasn't authorized to go. She wasn't authorized to go down into the depths of... Whoops. Wasn't me. To the depths of 4546b, but she did it anyway. So I assume this station is on the surface. Apparently she worked in robotics. She was making some sort of drone to mimic the penguins. Wasn't me. Thank you, MK. Whoop. What is that noise? Whoa, what is that thing? That's bigger than I'd like. I don't know what that is. I'm going to go this way. Thank you, Shadow Raptor. Thank you, Shadow. Okay. Thank you, Pandorium. Wow, look at this. Volcanic vents. This shallow? Jesus Christ, what is that? Oh, what is that? Peculiar. Almost looks like a shrimp or a crab. Hi. Okay. Volcanic vents. Hello. One moment. Very cautiously attempt to scan it. Look around for any threats. Don't anger it. Don't anger it. Oh, piss. Doesn't have a battery. Gonna have to pull something out of something else. 1 minute. Rock puncher. Ah, okay. Hello, rock puncher. What are you? Databank. Research. Indigenous life forms. Fauna. Carnivorous. Oh no, it's carnivorous. Rock puncher. A large crustacean which feeds on tiny lava excavated from coral and rock with its powerful punching arms. Ooh. Attracted to glow lava found in and around deep-sea rock formations, hardened... Whoa, that thing's super active. It's gonna go this way. Oops, wasn't me. Hardened... Is it chitin? I keep saying chitin, but then the chat just laugh at me. Chitin? Hardened chitin claws can thrust forward at close to the speed of sound to break rock and bone alike, known to attack larger creatures which threaten its territory. Chitin, thank you. Perfectly adapted to cave environments, its 6 legs adhere to the walls and can propel it short distances through the water. Heavily armoured, vulnerable only to Leviathan-class predators. Avoid or redirect with food. If they are moving through tunnel systems, that could pose a problem if we have to squeeze through. Oh, okay. An active lava tube, maybe? Careful. Delta Station Dock. Ah, maybe it's their eggs. Hello. Whoops. Do I dock here? Whoop. Okay. Delta Station. So I'm not entirely sure what she was doing here, but my sister said she was getting quite lonely. Ah, it's the truck driver that she talks to a lot and...
Fred, I'm not blaming you.
Wait.
But what do you mean it's gone? Where did it go? You found some trouble somewhere in the deep twisty bridges and decided to jettison modules?
Yeah, I had to jettison a module. I got free, went back for it. It was just gone.
And you think someone stole it?
Or something. I didn't lose it, that's for sure. I'm careful with my tools.
I'm sure you are, but you have to admit there have been a lot of sea truck accidents, and they're rather expensive.
You wanna follow me on a few runs tomorrow? See what it's like? Conditions are way harsher than anything I ever imagined. I don't know if you could really understand it from inside your base.
That won't be necessary. Thanks for your time. I'll write it up as an accident.
Yeah, it does surprise me. I wonder exactly how much information the company was given by the protagonist of Subnautica. Because this place is extremely dangerous. I mean, the two most common forms of life on the planet appear to be microscopic or Leviathan class. At least for most of the planet's surface. There are areas, small areas, with biodiversity that's, well, all over the place, but it's weird that they wouldn't expect regular, well, subs to be regularly attacked. Ah. Thank you, Wizik. Thank you. Just scanning so I can perhaps make them myself if I wish. The floodlight. New blueprint synthesized. Trash can. So for those just... Ooh, a bench. For those just joining the stream, I'm playing as Robin, a xenobiologist who is technically working for the Altera Corporation, but not really. Her company, was it Xenotech? Was acquired. She didn't sound happy about the arrangement. Ah, perhaps this is where the original thing was docked? I saw it floating off. There was a section of the dock. I'm freezing. I need to be a bit more careful. Just get into... fuck. Perfect. Ooh, interesting. The upgrade slot. Does that imply that perhaps there's a storage slot on the other side? Perfect. Ah. Okay. Power cell. I can change it there. Upgrades. Okay, no, just power cells, no upgrades. No storage unit. Oh, maybe I can alter the sea truck later. Thank you, Stone Frame and Impossible Llama. Thank you, both of you. Okay. So let's have a look and see what Delta Station could be then. A beacon. Just a normal beacon. I'll take it.
This is a recorded message. If you can hear this, you're trespassing. If you know what's good for you, you'll get the hell out of here.
Fucking freezing. Ah. Warm? Warm. Okay. Probably don't want to drink that. Okay. Recorded message from an unidentified woman. Let's keep exploring. The blue scrub bush. Snow. Really? Can I throw it? Snowball! Hey! Hang on. Hey! Whoop! Cool. The horseshoe shrub. And a thermal lily. Tell me about the thermal lily. Flora? Wait. Oh, I see. To indicate that it's warm. Oh. The thermal lily. The thermal lily is an unusual terrestrial plant typically found on cliff walls. During the day, it points its face towards the sun, absorbing thermal radiation and storing it internally. At night, the thermal lily's petals close to reduce heat loss, and it relies on its heat stores to survive the harsh Arctic conditions. So why is it pointing it at me? It's almost as if it's trying to, like, attract prey, maybe? Maybe it is. Maybe it's carnivorous. Light, maybe? Okay. Horseshoe shrub. The horseshoe shrub is a terrestrial plant that thrives in warm conditions. Visual identification is easy due to the thick crown of leaves on its bifurcated trunk. The trunk has a thick fibrous core that stores water for its fruiting body. Assessment. Fruit can be harvested and planted and could be a sustainable food source. Oh yes? Shrub nut. I don't think I want to. I swear to God, it better not be salty. Okay. Maybe carry another one just in case. that the right way? No, I presume it's this way. Yeah, she didn't moan. That's something, I guess. Who makes these noises when they eat, honestly? Okay. Limestone. Same as down in the water. Bit of copper. I'll take it with me. Okay. So as I keep mentioning on many streams now, what's intriguing me is that, well, without wishing to go into heavy spoilers, this planet suffered from a large extinction event in the past, which caused most species on the world to die off. Honeycomb fungus. The setting in the first game took place in the crater of a large volcano, an underwater volcano, and it was one of the few exceptions to the extinction event due to unique conditions that are only present there and nowhere else. Maybe somewhere else, I mean, it's not entirely out of the question, but certainly not naturally occurring. Bit chilly, hang on. So I say this because I wonder how this area has been spared. Does it have similar conditions? And if it does, that's incredibly interesting. The honeycomb fungus. This hardy fungus erupts through the thick ice shelf. It sends a collection of hyphae? Filaments that collect nutrients and moisture deep into the ice shelf until it hits permafrost. From there, the hyphae intertwine into a thick root-like system called mycelia cords. These mycelium efficiently pull nutrients from the soil. There's soil? Okay. You wonder if it's due to extreme temperatures, a boiling volcano and freezing pole? I doubt it. Again, without wishing to go into spoilers, the reason for the extinction event is one that frustrated an extremely advanced alien empire, something more than just a little bit of warmth or a little bit of cold. Surely wouldn't replicate those conditions. Otherwise they would have not had such a problem with the viral outbreak that they experienced. It's warmer in here. Ah. Maybe Gress, but I mean, you get what I'm saying at least. Sulfur. Shrub nuts. I'm privately worried. I doubt it's going to be the case, but I'm privately worried that the game isn't going to acknowledge it. Because it was kind of a big deal in the first game. I'm a little concerned. If it doesn't have a fairly good reason, then Mineral detector fragments. Well, I've already got that tool, but I can get some resources. Altera PDA. Emmanuel's special requests. What's this? Emmanuel gave me this jailbroken scanner tool thing and said, I need more shower heads. This should lead you to the necessary minerals. What? He also told me to keep it on the down low. I guess this is what a master's certificate in applied geology gets you these days. A job as a glorified construction worker. Ugh. I should have studied interstellar law like my dad said. I have to hand it to Emmanuel though. I don't know what he did to the scanner, but it does a great job at zeroing in on specific minerals. It's better than hoping I stumble across the right outcropping. Showerhead? Okay. Geothermal, maybe? They're monitoring something. Thank you, Aluminias. Thank you very much, Aluminias. Okay. Yeah, grab a little bit of this sulfur. Give it a quick scan. Crystalline sulfur. Crystalline sulfur. Sulfur is a highly reactive non-metallic element usually found in abundance underground. Common applications include production of acidic compounds and combustibles. Assessment. Essential for advanced fabrication. Can I not... oh, it's probably because my inventory is completely full. Drop some of the titanium. There's an abundant amount. Gonna get upstairs and find out why is there so much titanium being registered in the crust. Oh god, the geology's changing on us. Thank you, Real Casual B. Thank you kindly. Oh, oh shit! Whoa, whoa! A prawn suit.
Stop right there, Altera.
Whoa.
You're out of bounds.
I'm not with Altera.
Whoa.
Then your position is doubly precarious.
Margarita?
If you're telling the truth, you're out of your mind. If you're lying, there'll be hell to pay.
Margarita?
Wait! Who are you?
Stay off my land.
You're alive? You're alive? She's alive?
The woman in the exosuit has been traced as far as my technology will allow.
It would appear I'm far less alone on this planet than I had anticipated.
She's alive!
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Okay, that's a revelation that I didn't expect. Assuming that is her. Sounded like her. Identical to her. Margarita was a mercenary who was one of the crew members on the Degassi. Was it the Degassi? I keep saying Dasani for some reason. It was a ship that went missing. The Aurora was sent here. Well, one of the secondary objectives of the Aurora, the first ship in the first Subnautica game, was to find out what happened to the Degassi. She was with what's his name? Paul Torben. Tor something. Some sort of corporate CEO. She was the protection. She was one of the few survivors, I presume, of their ship, but there could have just been 3. But I thought they died years ago. It was never strictly specified that she died, only that she fought a Leviathan and fell into the depth. Torbin, that's the one. Is it Torbin? Torgal, Torbin, something. Unless I'm putting pieces together incorrectly. I might just be... That voice actor does sound identical. Yeah. Well, no. We didn't meet her in the first game. We put the pieces together from audio logs that we found. But she can't... No, that can't be. I must be doing this wrong. Sorry, no. I'm being stupid, chat. That can't be her. They had no cure for what's it? The viral infection in the water, Kara. No cure at all, and it's fatal without treatment, so it can't be her. But it sounded like exactly like her. Whoa, hang on. Well, so she'd modified that prawn suit. Getting cold. Data box. Scanner room. Excellent. Just going to run back to where I know it's warm. Isn't her name Margarita? Margarita. Strange. No, again, sorry, I must be putting the pieces together. It doesn't work. The timeline doesn't work. She should be long dead. Can I get in here? I can. Abandoned? Multi-purpose room. Jukebox. So by scanning this tech, I can actually take this back and build a base with it. Ah, Altera Facilities map. Hello.
New blueprint synthesized.
What am I looking at here? Okay.
A map will come in handy. I should be able to find my way to Phi Robotics where Sam worked.
So where am I now? Altera map. So I went... Not sure where I crashed exactly. I presume here? No, I crashed here, didn't I? And then I jumped into the water here. And then I went directly south. So this must be where I am now. On this island. Okay. I must be here? Working this way? Delta's the triangle. Yeah. So there's another facility further west of me over there. And whatever that is. The hell is that? Strange. Okay. Hi there, Ghost. Taking inspiration from me, you started using the rifle grenade. I'm able to hit my targets, but all I get are assists, no kills. Stay with it, Ghost. Honestly, just keep using the normal rifle. When the commander says incoming scout or whatever it is, take up a position and start firing in the approximate directions of the enemy. Takes a bit of practice. And a ruler, or a square in my case. Large filtered water, small shelf. Thank you, Tactical Beats. Oh, the sun's coming up. Cool. Yeah, it's good to keep all of these if I wish to set up a bit of a, well, more expansive base later. Inoperable.
For the last time, I'm not cheating.
Then what's your theory? What's going on?
If you ask me, Zeta's been blinking a lot. I think it's a tell.
He does have a point there.
It's allergies.
Allergies? Oh, is something in bloom in this frozen sector?
Thermal lilies. And if you gang up on me, I swear you're all fired.
You're not even my boss.
Oh, you're all so gullible. You're fighting each other. Meanwhile, look at Parvin. Just look at him.
What am I doing? I'm not doing anything.
Let's just take this to a vote. All those who think Zeta's allergies are a bad case of alienitis, say intruder.
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 Intruder. Danny?
Oh, I'm just an observer here.
I'm going to use my pass.
Is there some kind of scientist conspiracy going on here? Zeta, Sam, Danielle? You three are suddenly very aligned.
Or, like I said, Parvin is cheating.
I'm starting to wish I was cheating.
Not sure what they're talking about. Cheating. Cheating with what? They'd surely know if it were Kara. But the viral infection is quite severe. And apparently detectable with this simple handheld scanner, so... It's probably just allergies that she's going through. Oh, sorry.
Seek fluid intake.
Am I being... Am I being a boomer? Are they playing, like, Among Us? Is that like a reference? Are they playing a game?
Vital signs stabilizing.
Am I reading it as like, oh no, one of them is horribly infected? They don't know. And it's like, no, they're just playing a game. I'm old, leave me alone. Thank you, Lojima. Thank you very much, Lojima. Plus, I'm old enough to know that it's Trouble in Terrorist Town, not Among Us. What's that? The Avian Curse.
Communications tower maintenance log. Another day, another slight by the winged furies. As usual, I got an interference alert. As usual, I went out to see what the problem was. As usual, it was frozen stalagmites of feathered bird excrement. I fear the career impact of saying this officially, if you can even call what I have a career. But I could swear they're targeting me personally. The week I was out with the flu, I came back to find the tower spotless. Parvin laughed at me when I asked him how he cleaned it. Silly me. As if Parvin would ever clean anything. There's nothing left for me to do but quit. but I know that's what the birds want me to do. Oh, and I got the tower up and running. Maintenance complete.
Okay. Jeremiah's bed. So, maintenance guy's room. Okay. Swivel chair. Damaged modification station. This thing would let me build, well, what was it? It let me upgrade certain things, if I remember correctly. Very useful piece of tech to have. Modification station. One moment. So where the standard fabricator atomically rearranges raw materials to form complex devices, the mod station is able to combine complex devices to enhance their function. Most industrial vessels are fitted with a complement of equipment modification stations, which enable engineers to adapt their tools on the fly. To conserve hard drive space, the modification station is excluded by default from most personal emergency blueprint libraries. However, extreme environments such as ocean and desert-class planets may necessitate the adaptation of basic survival tools for unanticipated applications. For this reason, access to a mod station is always recommended. Yeah, we should get one of those built. I haven't really set up a proper habitat. Really? Shaving kit? For real? Fred's shaving kit? Don't give a shit about... Fine. Altera PDA. Oh.
Jenny, you wouldn't believe the adventure I'm having. It's just like when we were kids and we used to play Underwater City, only sea monsters aren't pretend, and I don't need to hide behind you when one swims by, because I'm safe in my sea truck. Safe and very, very brave. Please tell Dad for me. Thanks so much for the mustache kit, by the way. To be honest, I wasn't sure if it was a gag gift at first. Personal grooming is something of a challenge here, and as you know, I'm a pretty low-maintenance guy to begin with. But you'd be surprised how handy mustache wax is in an emergency. There have been some close scrapes. For a while there, someone was sabotaging my truck, and I thought I was seeing things. But my friend Sam helped me sort it out. Although, she's had some troubles of her own lately. To be honest, I get a little worried out here sometimes. But I guess that's normal, under the circumstances. Gotta expect a little risk, right? I should be happy. I have great friends and a good paycheck. Anyway, love you, Jenny, and Dad. Please find a way to tell him that he won't find embarrassing. And don't worry, I'm looking for the perfect fish to bring back as a gift. Your favorite!
So... the base has... well, the base has seen neglect here, but... I mean, it doesn't look like that they were having, like... I'm not finding, like, PDAs saying that we've got to evacuate and shit. Did they all just leave peacefully and then the place just filled up with crap? And he mentioned before that stuff kept going missing. And sabotage of his truck. Could that be Marguerite or Margarita? Maybe she's got a chip on her shoulder about Altera. Not sure why. It's not as if they were here with Altera. They're with a competing corporation. And she was only a mercenary for a competing corporation. Yeah. Grab those. Can always come back for those. Drop the copper. Drop the quartz. It's easier to find. Whoops. Whoop. Yeah, I'll take those back. Okay. Is there anything else of note in this area? So if you're just joining the stream, I'm playing as a xenobiologist called Robin, and I'm here looking for the fate of my sister called Sam. Apparently she died here due to her own negligence, according to the corporation. This is, I think, where she worked. Wasn't it a lady called Lillian who worked with her? Third poster? Did I miss one? You sure? Oh, yes. Oh, what ship is that? Not sure. Haven't seen that before. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Zombie. Well, please forgive them. The mods are trying to be a little careful. Please forgive them if they're a little bit timeout happy. All it takes is one person saying something innocent, and then the next person comes in and says something not innocent. It's probably better to just observe. You know, the mods are trying to protect me from spoilers. So thank you, mods. Ah, can I scan? I can. An observatory. Oh, also, chat, apologies if I ask a rhetorical question. It may sound like I'm continually fishing for answers. I'm more just narrating, trying to speak what's on my mind in order to give you a better idea of what I'm thinking. Bloody cold. That's what I'm thinking. Fuck. Is there a warm bit up here? Ah. Thank you. What's that? Communications array? Okay, same maintenance.
Tower
dude.
maintenance log. Okay, this time the birds have really done it. I don't know what they've been eating, but it's corrosive when it comes out the other end. I'm gonna need to rewire. I'm short an element to fabricate the right cable. I remember seeing some when I did that dive to the old ship. I'm gonna go out there and see if I can get some more. That should fix it. Maintenance status, in progress.
Dive to the old ship? What old ship? Ah, hi there, Moley. ZF Moley's in the chat, everyone. Hope you're well, sir. Been a while. Hope life is treating you well. Power cells, I think. That's where I entered the island. Satellite, surveillance active. Report, status report, please. What are you doing? Sector 0, region scan. 2, active human life forms detected. Unauthorized habitat construction and vehicular activity detected. Recommendation, observe and prepare for possible intervention. 2, so me and Marguerite, maybe? Just gonna get warm again. Can I get up there, maybe? Okay, so we've learnt that... Well, I don't know what the status of Altera is currently. Only 2? Surely not. How close? How big is that scan? Surely there's way more employees here. Test override module port. I can add a module. What's this? New employee training. It is recommended that all training be completed while tower is in test mode. Test mode is a fully functional simulated version of live mode. While in test mode, all communication from the tower, including distress signals, security alerts, and spy transmissions, will be disabled. To initiate test mode, insert the test override module into the diagnostic port as depicted in the diagram to the left. The activate test mode command may be entered via the terminal once the module has been inserted, and I'm freezing to death. Bear with me. Ouch, that was stupid. Okay. What did it say about... Sorry, what was that? To initiate... so while in test mode, all communications from the tower, including distress signals, security alerts, and spy transmissions, will be disabled. Okay. I'm not sure what it means. I'm not sure what the purpose of the tower is, beyond just local scanning. Not even sure what the purpose of the base is. There were... well, my sister was working on robotics, but again, I'm not sure why. Why were they here? Thank you, Acol90. Did I check that one? No, I didn't. I went through there and I went through there. What's up there? Ah, Emmanuel's office. The pushy guy.
Cushy setup. Must belong to one of those higher-uppers.
Scan the bit. What do you mean? Sorry, Molly. Big news. The Dream Piece arrives sometime tomorrow. Dream Piece? He's actually got a nameplate. Jesus. Interact. Oh, really? Cool. Hang on.
Sam really got under management's skin. I didn't know she had it in her.
Good morning, Frostpack. Just a quick update to inform you of some key achievements and priority shifts we need you all to get behind. The Spy Pangling project was a resounding success. Please join me in congratulating Samantha IU, who is now reassigned to Outpost Zero, helping us dream of future initiatives. Congratulations are also in order for Danielle Valenti and her team at Omega Lab. The closing of Phi Robotics means important funds can be redirected to their Kara bacteria study, which has important, positive implications for the life sciences. You're all doing an exceptional job, and I don't want to promise anything, but HQ has been taking notice. Keep up the good work, and I think we can start discussing bonuses soon.
Frostpack is referring to the base. The Spy Pangling project was a resounding success. Not sure what the purpose of that was, but it has something to do with Samantha's drones. Congratulations are in order for Danielle Valenti and her team at the Omega Lab. The closing of Phi Robotics means important funds can be redirected to their Kara bacteria study. That is really, really fucking bad. We gotta stop him. We have to stop him. That can't get off world. They're studying the Kara bacterium. That virus was so deadly it wiped out the alien species that was trying to study it here. We gotta kill him, as ruthless as that sounds. We can't let them take that off world. If they take that off world, they could kill billions of people. We can't let them escape this world. He was eating. They left in a hurry?
David, you'll be happy to know the Frostpack is making excellent progress. I must say, my management style appears to be uniquely well suited to isolated planets. I miss you, of course, but I wonder if you feel it too. As great as we are together, we're almost better apart. Just look at how well Prosperina did in her last show. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to see it, but I'm sure if I'd been around, I'd only have made her nervous. Once this mission is over, I'll come home for a few good months. And then, what do you think if we look at reorganizing our expectations to facilitate longer-term separation success? I really think this could be a great model for us going forward, romantically and otherwise. Don't forget, I love you from the depths of my heart. Keep on succeeding in your projects. You know there's nothing I find more attractive.
God, imagine if you were on the receiving end of that letter from your spouse. Oh, that's creepy. Letter Dear John, it's... well, what would you even call that? Ugh. Yeah, Jesus Christ. But yeah, sorry to sound a bit ruthless and twisting the tone, but seriously, we can't let them get off world. I really hope they haven't managed to. That guy says in a few months he'll be leaving the world? We've seen the danger of the Kara bacterium. It's killed an entire alien race. A race whose technology was way beyond the humans. We gotta find them. We gotta find them. We gotta stop them. They must not leave 4546B. If they take the virus with them. I don't know, Kenshi. The base is damaged, but it doesn't seem that badly damaged. I mean, honestly, they may have succumbed to the virus. I mean, I don't know. I have too few pieces to draw any major conclusions. But seriously, I'm not hyping up this Carobacterium. This is really, really bad. Okay. Pilot last known position. Pilot last known position? What marker is that for, sorry? Signal pilot last known position 1? What was that for, sorry? Altera personnel. Ah, just his maps. Not sure. Oh, the prawn suit? Pilot last known position. Oh, really? That was when she exited the range of the scanner.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Thank you. Xeno? Sorry, Xena? Drink that.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Don't moan.
Calorie intake recommended.
Okay. Cold. Fucking cold. Hang on. And then we'll run down here. There should be a warm cave. Okay, so if you're just joining the stream, we came here looking for answers about the death of our sister. But we found where she worked, but no real clues insofar as what happened to them, apart from a strange woman in a heavily modified prawn suit. If that is the same woman that I think it is, well, she should have died long ago. The Carobacterium should have killed her. She was also known to be highly aggressive. She was the mercenary and the muscle of the ship that crashed here. And the son, what was his name? It was Paul. Paul was the dad, but there was a son, a boy, who kept insisting that she bring basically trying to get her to bring... Was it Bart? Trying to bring samples in order to study, but she kept bringing them back dead. Ultimately, indirectly, that quest to bring them to bring them back a bit more alive was what killed them in the end. She brought back a Leviathan class alive somehow. It destroyed the base, and I thought killed all 3 of them, or at least 2 of them. I know that Bart escaped to the surface because I found logs of him explaining that something bad happened when they were in their base down in the deep, but okay. Right. So, last known position of whoever that was in the prawn suit. Get back in the sea truck. Personal log. More alike than not.
I should have guessed Altera would find a way to clip Sam's wings, like I knew they'd do to mine once they took over Xenoworks. I tried to warn her. She was stubborn, like me. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be so different from her. Scrappier, faster, less play by the rules. But Sam didn't tolerate Altera's corporate red tape any more than I did. She just tried to change it from the inside. I think in the end, we always wanted similar things.
Okay. Well, we still haven't learnt much about her fate. What was it he said? Like, she was getting promoted? She was getting moved somewhere. Where was it? Outpost 0, he said. Was it Outpost 0? Outpost 0. One moment. Woman in the exosuit.
What was that woman's problem? The one in the exosuit. Like I need to say which woman. And what the hell is she doing on this planet? It isn't exactly a happening vacation spot. She knew their terrain well enough to make a dramatic entrance by jumping off a sheer cliff. So I guess she's been here a while. But how long has she been following me? She said to keep away from her, or off her land. What in this frozen slush bog could she be protecting? Unless she's camped out somewhere. She's definitely heard of Altera, though. Did she meet Sam?
She does know about Kara, that's the trouble. But she was way too blasé in the first game. Sorry, I'm assuming that's Marguerite. She did know because Bart told her, but she was way too blasé about it. So I doubt she would be attempting to... No, she would have killed me on sight. If she was trying to stop people get off world, she would have just killed me on sight. Not sure what she's doing. I have too few pieces. What is Outpost 0? One moment. Equipment, vehicles, habitats, logs, communication, maps. Here we go. Outpost 0. So Delta, that's Delta. Omega. What's that? Is that 0? Outpost 0? Not familiar with these icons, sorry. Greek lettering. Okay. So she's been transferred, promoted. Oh, sorry. This is pi? So is that 0? Top is theta. Thank you. 0 is the purple one. Oh. Oh yes, sorry, it tells me. Delta Station, here. Mission HQ, Communications and Logistics. Phi Robotics Center, Engineering and Robotics. Outpost 0, Xenobiological Research. Copper Mining Station, Material Excavation. The Omega Lab, Biological Research. Classified. Okay. For now, let's get back to the hab. I should also... Yeah, I need to consider actually setting up a proper hab with real storage. One moment. So I don't really have a base, I've just got like a pod. Wasn't me, someone else. Okay. Also wasn't me. Is that Leviathan class? Jesus Christ, okay. Those things look pretty active. Whoa. They almost look a little bit like a smaller version of the Sea Dragon, don't they? Little bit. Let's stay away from them. Probably territorial. Sorry. Okay, I've already checked that one out. Sorry. Is the chat still counting? Yeah, okay, chat's still counting. Thank you, Yeding Singh. Thank you very much, Yeding. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that we should probably consider setting up a small hab. Nothing substantial, just enough to get some storage in and also get a scanner room built. The scanner room will let me survey the local environment and build small cameras that will let me zoom around. If we do that, we'll have a better idea of the terrain around us. Where should we start, do you think? Well, we certainly can't go north because there's that huge icy glacier that we crashed on. So it's going to have to be south somewhere.
Seek fluid intake.
One moment. Thank you, Checo. Thank you very much, Checo. Okay. Have a quick drink. Large filtered water.
Vital signs stabilizing.
She drinks like an animal. Okay. First things first. Please forgive me. I'm desperate for a wee-wee. Back in a second. Okay. Right, for those just joining the stream, sorry, for those passing through the stream, please know that on the YouTube front, I am working on the latest bullshittery. Sorry it's been so damn long. Yeah, it's a bit of a content drought on the channel. I'm trying to get the latest bullshittery finished and polished, frankly. So it is edited end to end, at least in a very rough form. And what I'm doing right now is polishing the bugger in order to try and get it ready for release. I must admit, it is doing my head in somewhat. It feels glacially slow. Yeah. Just trying my best. Just trying my best. Right. Okay. So, storage-wise, we have a bunch of titanium and not much else. Whoopsie. 1 second. So, blueprints. Let's have a look then. So tools. A propulsion cannon may be useful to keep the bigger predators away. Sea truck, vehicle upgrades. Ooh, we can make a thermoblade. Cool. Cook the creatures that we stab. Scanner room. This is what I wanted. Okay. Yeah, let's just get a basic hab going, shall we? Just a place that we can store stuff and, well, a place that isn't a small ball. Right. Thank you, Kurtz. Thank you for saying so. Okay, so let's have a look around. Where do you think we should build this place then? Let's have a quick scoot and think. Doesn't have to be the final location. Let's go east to start with. So, leaving that opening area, we've got a kelp forest here. Wasn't me. Nope. Ooh, it's pretty. It's pretty. Oh look, are they... Not sure what's going on there. Strange. What's that down there? A habitat of some kind. So continuing southeast, more kelp forest just past this, yeah, the underside of this ice sheet. Moving southeast. I don't want to go too far. So, oh shit, I'm sorry, dude. There's a sea monkey. So we're down to... Well, we're still quite shallow. We're only 39 meters. Okay, so here's the volcanic area. Is this the same as the Delta base? I don't think it is. So if we go directly west, we should have that area with all the tentacles. We can start there. This area is a bit creepy. Yeah. What about here? Should we just... piss was that? What did I crash into in the ocean? What the... Okay. What do you think about here? Ah, near that thing. Trying to pick a place that has a cool view. Ooh, 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 ooh. What about here? Yeah. Let's start right here, shall we? Okay. Right. Out we go. Whoop. Pretty. So, 1 second. Let me just remove the battery from the scanner and place it instead into the... Here it is. The Habitat Builder. Why is the shaving kit on my hotbar? There we go. Habitat Builder. Now then, let's set a foundation. Oh, piss flaps. I require lead, which I do not have. 1 moment. Okay. Don't go anywhere. Deploying a beacon. Beacon name. Home? Question mark? For now, a home away from home. Right. Be right back. So yeah, this week everything's fine. Yeah, the editing is doing my head in somewhat. Each evening I just render the video and watch it through, spot a dozen things that I hate and have to fix. Sorry. But yeah. I keep getting nervous towards the end of any project, I'm afraid. And I keep explaining why. By the end of any project, the creative bit, the fun bit, is over. And you just reach the bit where you're polishing what you've made, and I assume many creative people have this problem, but I certainly have this problem, where you just end up second-guessing everything you've done. There it is. Right. Because by that point, the video that you've seen a million times isn't funny to... What are you doing? Come here, dingus. Hang on. Get in the bloody water. What are you doing? Bloody peepers. Right. Sorry. Bear with me. Oh.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you. Ah, battery charger. This is what I wanted. 2 batteries. Lovely job. And then... Whoops. Whoops. There we go. Oh, insufficient space for the wiring kit. Didn't get deleted, did it? I hope not. Oh. Annoying if so, because those things are quite expensive. Never mind. 1 minute. Exchange power source. Just replacing power sources. Oh no, wait, it's there we go. Cool. This will help me find the lead. Okay. Thank you, Saxon Clan. Thank you very much, Saxon. Thank you. How many pieces do you think I require? Let's make a little bit more room. Thank you very much, Saxon. Into the pod we go. Open storage. Place down a couple of pieces of sulfur. All the sulfur. I don't really need it for the moment. Hello, sausage. How are you doing? Are you being cute? Huh? You being good? She had fun. Today she went to the sea with the dog sitter and the dog sitter's dog, and apparently they had a big run around. And also this morning I went to the pet shop, and at that pet shop I got a piece of ostrich, apparently, dried and placed onto, I assume, a sort of, I'm not sure what it is, like a cartilage structure. It's all edible. What's that? What's that? It's a piece of ostrich. What's that? If I turn my back, hang on, and look away, what's she going to do? Hang on. If I just keep talking and pretend that I'm completely distracted and not at all watching her on the screen, what's she going to do? There we go. Yeah, she loves it. There we go. She's a happy girl. Right. I can only thank you. Well, I can't thank you enough, chat. Yeah, I've always been a dog person, and before, when I was working on software stuff, you know, there was no way that I could possibly keep a dog commuting to London. So, thank you, all of you. Thank you for the life upgrade that is having a dog. This morning, I woke up and the dog. Sorry, a bladderfish just went past the window comically, looking at me. This morning I woke up and the dog was cuddled up behind me, and then when I started rolling out of bed, she rolled backwards onto her back and just started licking my nose. It's the most adorable thing to wake up to in the morning. Well, normally that's one adorable way. The less adorable way, which is the way that I normally wake up, is that she's underneath one of my arms, but her bum is facing me. So I wake up to dog's anus, which is less cute. Right. Okay. Limestone. Oh, pardon me. Is it limestone I'm looking for? Silver and titanium. No, I think it's the other one, isn't it? What's it called again? Hang on. Not quartz, not silver. Galena outcrop. Thank you, JJ. Thank you very much, JJ. Oh, hello. Ping. Over there. Please give it a quick scan. There we go. Titanium. Damn. I shouldn't be picking that up. I require the lead. There we go. So for those just joining the stream, 4546b, the planet that I'm on, is an ocean world that seems to have some very strange ecosystems in place. Most of the planet appears to be abyssal plains, well, just like Earth, to be honest. Most of the surface area is just a deep ocean, many kilometers deep, with several dozen meters of sludge at the bottom. Most life forms are microscopic or leviathan, so plankton eaters, or opportunistic carnivores. Opportunistic meat eaters, I suppose. But in some places there's an explosion of biodiversity, and this appears to be one of them. I'm playing as Robin, a xenobiologist who's here looking for the truth concerning what happened to her sister. Apparently she died due to negligence, according to the corporation. But it's a corporation. They cannot be trusted.
Oxygen.
Okay. Microscopic prey, prawn. Filter feeders. They just move through, so like the leviathans would move through the ocean, presumably just eating vast quantities of microscopic life. It can be a very effective strategy, targeting the low priority foods that that other creatures do not touch. Thank you, Tolfian. Thank you very much, Tolfian. Okay, so I've got some lead. How much? 3 pieces. Might require more. A good place to start. Right. So yeah, I can't really go into the I can't really go into the reasons why there's an explosion of biodiversity without going into spoilers for the original Subnautica. Suffice to say that there were unique conditions in those certain areas that protected them from a mass extinction event that occurred thousands of years ago. I can only assume that this must be one of them, but again, what intrigues me, and I'm going to keep mentioning this, is that the conditions for protection there, protecting the species, were so unbelievably specific. So, what protected this area? One moment, I should have put these in storage, shouldn't I? Never mind. Okay, so, foundation. Let's place this here. Okay. Alright, and can I please move this? Cancel. Pick up the beacon, and just shimmy it down here. Beacon, where's it gone? Here. Deploying beacon. Right. So now, a multi-purpose room. Titanium. We require more of it. There should be some in the area. Shouldn't be too difficult to find. Damn. Insufficient batteries. What about down here? Ah. Titanium. Copper. How much do I have? 2 more slots available. Titanium. Damn. Oh, fuck. Lead. Okay. Indeed, I must admit, Kenshi, not trying to fish for criticisms, but I do rather hope that the game does have an answer, because it is kind of crucial. It's like a big point of the original Subnautica. So if the game doesn't resolve that, then it's gonna... We'll see. Like, it's the sort of thing that you can't hand wave. Right, multi-purpose room. Here we go. Oh no, I've been stupid. I forgot that you can just build these without the platforms. Or did I forget? Hang on. No, it is on the thing, isn't it? Is that on the thing? I'll tell you what, just build it and then see if I can just remove the platform.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
I'm quite thirsty. One moment. Do I have any on me? Oh bugger. I require a bladderfish. Bladderfish, bladderfish. Okay, I'm just going to have to quickly dive back over there. The platform will still help? Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, just gonna grab a bladderfish. Thank you, bladderfish. And this one here. And this one here. Thank you. Alright. Indeed, Kenshi. Yes. I mean, it would make sense. I know what you're talking about. But, these life forms have been here for a very long time. You wouldn't have corals like this in the space of what I presume can be less than 5 years. Okay. So, filtered water.
Vital signs stabilizing.
She drinks like an animal. I'll just get some more while I'm here. Peepers. Delicious and nutritious. My favorite bit is the eyeball. Come here. Ah. Fine. Yeah, she would be... Yeah, I keep mentioning it. She would be the worst office employee to be sat next to, slurping her mug of coffee. We actually had, in one office, I remember somebody yelled in one office that I was working in. It was one of those open plan offices, so you could see no cubicles. You could just see all the way down. And someone yelled because someone was in the kitchen, and they were trying to remove something in the toaster with a metal fork. And of course someone yelled and said, stop what you're doing, stop. And of course the next person saw what they were doing and piped up louder. And it was, the whole office turned around like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And weirdly, the guy, I seem to remember, got flippant about it. And he was like, "It's fine. I'm just getting like he was saying something." But it was like, "Fuck, are we about to watch someone die? Like in the middle of the office?" She makes some weird noises. Nothing happened. I can't finish the story and say, "Oh, he died. It was a big thing." But it was like, what the fuck? Right. So I worked in software development, but I'm gonna level with you. The opening parts of software development were not well. Basically, the training and qualifications required were very low. I'm literally talking about rows of consoles and getting guys in to not play the games, but certainly go through and say, complete this campaign in this football sim or whatever. So we would just get lots of random people turn up, and a lot of them were not at all the right type of people for an office environment. It was definitely quantity, not quality. So I'm just trying to gather some food before I proceed. Everything changed later, though. Over time, things got more and more formal, and qualifications started coming out for software QA that were way more stringent. Oops, hang on. One of the major reasons that Brighton was selected is that we have a few large universities down here, and we used to, before Brexit, have lots of European people come over, so that means people who could speak a language other than just English. So we would have lots of translation work available for software stuff. Localization. In addition to young people that you could pay peanuts. Thank you, Unicorn. So I was one of those young people that they could pay peanuts, working for the company that would not put us on formal contracts. It would just be freelance work, and they'd sign us up whenever. It was not good. I mean, they were totally exploiting us. It was horrible. Okay, so let's go back there. Thank you, Unicorn. Thank you very much, Unicorn. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. Okay. Right. Leave that there. So let's give ourselves an entrance into the thing. It's a pretty game, isn't it? Okay, so, multi-purpose tool. Where is the door? Could we have a door, please? Miscellaneous? Nope. Furniture. Am I blind? No, it's here. Quartz. Okay. Look for some quartz. One moment. Quartz. Thank you, Feeder. Thank you very much, Feeder. Probably just spot the quartz, to be honest. Yep, hello. Got a ping. There's some quartz, I see it. Okie dokie. There's another piece somewhere. Aha! Right. Yeah, not a bad idea. A moon pool, so a place where vehicles can be deployed. You can place it here, for example. Not a bad plan. For that reason, let's place our hatch on this side, shall we? Okay. Actually, no. Hold on. I'll put the hatch here for the moment. I have a plan. Right. Hatch. There we go. Oops. What do I require? Oh no, it's built. Lovely. Enter the base.
Warning. Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Okay, so I'm having to breathe using the tank right now. Gonna have to get it some power if the pumps are gonna start and get working. So, at least so we should be able to get solar power fairly easily. Solar power. Titanium.
Oxygen.
One moment. Should have just gotten into the sea truck. Frightful day. Thank you, Pleasant Fool. Thank you very much, Pleasant. Thank you. Okay. Let me just remove the battery from this and place it into my Sea Glide. Titanium. Let's look for some. Thank you, Typhoon Alpaca. Thank you very much, Typhoon. There we go. Okay, honey bunny. Yeah, she's fine. Dog has just flopped behind me. She's consumed. She's inhaled that treat. Bloody hell. Alright. Titanium, but inventory is full. Sure. Okay, so, on the outside of the base, let's place down a solar panel. Yeah, just place it on here for the minute. Oh, I'm sure, caved. I'm sure. There we go. Step inside.
Power restored. Welcome aboard Prime Systems Online.
Alright. So, what would be the next course of action? Storage would be a good idea, especially a fabricator. Titanium, copper ore, and quartz. Okay. What do I have on me? Not a huge amount of anything. Wall locker, titanium. Right, out for more titanium. Whoop! Start searching for outcrops. Whoops. It did ping. What's that say? Chance of lead. No, I suppose I want the limestone. That's what I want, isn't it? There we go. Where? Am I blind? Oh! The answer is yes. Completely blind. Okay. So getting a scanning room operational would be wise, for then I can have a look at the local topography. And I'll be able to determine exactly what we're doing and where we're going. Also, I shouldn't forget about that signal that I detected at 200 meters. Some sort of pulsing that I was seeing near those alien ruins. Alright. I did try Subnautica in VR once. I don't think I've ever been so nauseous in a VR game. I thought I was going to spew chunks all over my room. Okay. Fabricator. Damn it. One piece of quartz missing. I'll put down a locker though. It's the vertical movement. I couldn't handle it. Just could not handle it. It was really bad. Okay, posters, a shaving kit, a framed picture, boomerang, food, drop those 2 flares, 2 med kits. Yeah, just a bit of space. Cool. Right. How afraid of the ocean am I? Big time, yes, but I've gotten used to it in Subnautica. But you wouldn't catch me out in the ocean, as in swimming out in the ocean in real life. No. Absolutely, yeah. Fuck that. Absolutely not. I was a teenager. I was dragged on holiday to the south of France. I'm not making like a horror story or anything, but I simply remember we were stuck on a beach, and there was like this. Swimmers were swimming out to like a sand bar, which was just off the coast, you see? Not too far, really not too far. But I remember as I was wading out to it, beneath my feet, I felt something, and all it was just clay. That's it, that's all it was. It was just clay deposits in the sand. But I freaked the fuck out, because all of a sudden, beneath your feet, there's something weird. And I'm like, nope, 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 just immediately swim back to the coast, like, what the fuck, holy shit, no. Thank you, teacher. Thank you very much, teacher. Teacher Geek Tay. Okay, I'll place the fabricator here. Alright, so, cool, we can now fabricate things just like we can in the main pod. Lovely jubbly. Now, what should be my next focus? Could put down a bed so I can actually sleep when it turns dark. Locker, battery charger would be very wise. Replace the one that we got rid of. Okay. Open up the charger. Do I have any spare batteries I can plug in? Yeah, not currently. Yeah. Need to make some surplus ones, don't I? Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Take these two and plug them in, just to get them ready for when I need a new one in my other tool. Okay, sweet. Right, so let's see about getting a scanner room built, shall we? What would it take? So, according to this, a multi-purpose room is titanium, scanner room is titanium, copper ore, gold, and table coral samples. Shouldn't be a problem. So, just go find a single piece of titanium and table coral samples. Alright. So, we might need more titanium to put it in the adjacent room, unless we can put it above. Not sure with scanner rooms. We'll figure it out. Thank you, Sentinel Ninja. Thank you very much, Sentinel. Thank you kindly. And TS Vrindv and Nee and Maurice and Teacher. Sorry, am I missing people? Thank you, all of you. Shit, where's my blade? Here it is. That's a shadow. I don't like the look of that. Why is there a shadow above my head? We're fine. Thank you, Filled. Thank you very much, Filled. So, yes, if you're just joining, welcome indeed. This is Avatar 2, The Way of Water. I think that's, is that the name? We're playing as the Na'vi, who have had to retreat to the water on the assumption that it will save them from the kinetic bombardment that the humans will undoubtedly unleash. Unfortunately, they're wrong. The rocks that they can drop in from orbit will hit them regardless of the depth that they go to. The ocean just boils away. So, forgive me, if Avatar 2 ends with the humans losing, I'm just going to shake my head. You control space. You cannot lose any engagement with the Na'vi. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. You have absolutely no excuse. Ah, whoops. If they lose an engagement with the Na'vi, it's because they weren't fucking trying. Okay. So, scanner room. Bugger. I used my titanium. But they have the power of friendship. They can keep the power of friendship. I'm fine with them having the power of friendship. Because we have the power to drop rocks on them at 2,000 meters per second or whatever. From an extremely high angle of attack. With no radiation, either. Okay. I really hate the Na'vi. No! 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 Sorry. No. No. The humans don't hate the Na'vi to the point that the humans set up diplomatic... Okay, a bit presumptuous, a bit colonial, I admit, but diplomatic attempts to trade with them and deal with them on a human level, you know, and sort of get what they were after via dialogue. The Na'vi were unwilling to do that. They were unwilling to engage in diplomacy like that, so they attacked the humans first. They went after the humans first by attacking the mining machines and all that jazz. And attacking... But yeah, they were going after the humans first, despite diplomatic efforts. And secondly, once the humans have what they want, which is the minerals in the ground, they leave the Na'vi the fuck alone. They're not looking to destroy the Na'vi. They just want to leave the Na'vi the fuck alone, get the unobtainium and take it away. They've got no interest in the Na'vi. No interest whatsoever. If the Na'vi just go away and leave the humans alone, there would be no conflict between them. Am I evil? Am I the evil guy? Am I Quaritch from... No, because they had like a guy who was all like, let's scatter the roaches or whatever. Just put a guy in charge who doesn't give a fuck about the Na'vi and will just more or less ignore them unless they inhibit mining operations. Hang on. Sorry, I'm going off. I'm losing the plot. Titanium is what I'm after. My point is they're there for the mineral, not for the organisms that are there. Oh dear. Plus, also, they're not people. I mean, are they? I mean, they're blue and they got like weird tentacle head things. I mean, is that evil? Am I evil? Okay, that's probably a bit evil.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Right. Oops, I didn't build the scanner room. Okay, so, scanner room. Oh no. Can I not attach it? Rotate. Construct, cancel. Have I fucked it up? Oh, I see. Ah, there we go. It comes with its own. Oh, so I didn't need that to begin with. Oh, it's fine. Is it fine? No, it's probably not going to be structurally sound. Hang on. Oops. There we go. So I'll do, yeah, do this. It's fine. Cool. And then put it on here. My bad. Okay.
A scanner room will allow you to survey the surrounding region for fragments and material resources like lithium or copper or titanium if you need help finding it. For whatever reason.
Charming. Okay. So, the scanner room. Let's have a look. Scan range. Only 300 meters, but we can upgrade that. So this room will let me... Ah, no controllable cameras. I'm going to have to build them. It comes with its own fabricator, but it's specific to the scanner room. So scanner room speed upgrade, camera drones, scanner room HUD chip. So streams data from the scanner room to my HUD. Scanner room range upgrade, but I'd need to find magnetite in order to do that. Okay. Scanner room speed upgrade. So when I specify scan for something in particular, I'll be able to, well, have it be designated. That is very visually busy, much more so than I anticipated. I suppose we are on a great big canyon. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to, it goes way deeper than I expected. Right. Yeah, I'm going to have to upgrade the range. Alright. Can you filter me by specific elements that I would require? Titanium. I can't seem to select Magna whatever. Presumably because I haven't found it yet. Okay. Well, it's a start. Is it still scanning? I think it's still scanning. Hello. A tunnel system. So where am I? So I'm here. Is there a way to modify... No. I was hoping to modify, like move it up and down. Maybe they've added that. Okay, so ice sheets on the top, directly north. So what's that there? Okay, it's not as overly helpful as I was expecting. Right. So, what's my next course of action? Could build a few different elements onto the habitat. What about... 1 minute. Just had a thought. Let's... Oh. 1 minute. Let's bring other elements over here. Notably the vehicle pool thing. So just fill this up with stuff. Pardon me. Right. Okay. So, for the people just joining the stream, I'm playing as a sister in mourning. I presume older... He clearly drove into me. Presumably my older sister was sent here. Basically, yeah, she seems to have died according to the corporation. Oh, for fuck's sake. According to the corporation that she works for. That I technically work for. But we're here to try and find out the truth. Negligence, the corporation said, but we don't really buy that. Right. Grab the bay. Storage. Okay. Take the sulfur. Take most of the titanium. We could definitely use this. Build more segments of that base. Shame I don't really have any quartz. Okay. Lovely jubbly. Need some water soon. Okay. Right. Oh, fuck. Okay. You know what? I think we should just like attach giant nets to the side of this vessel. Like dinner catches itself. Okay. Out we step. Can I build windows? Observatory, exterior, floodlights, ladder. Where are the windows? Do I not know how to make one yet? Glass compartment. Multi-purpose room. Really? I can't make windows yet? Peculiar. Aquarium, modification station, jukebox speaker. Okay. I didn't scan them. Oops. Oh, we can always swing back there and scan them quickly if we want them. Is that one of the big ones? I rather hope not. 1 minute. Let me just drop this off as storage. Okay. Wall locker here. And inside that locker I'm going to place the titanium. There we go. Let's place everything for now. Alright. Place this cooked... Well, place the boomerang to be cooked. Lovely. Deville, weirdly, I would say that this game... I personally wouldn't recommend trying to convert this into multiplayer. I'm not so sure it's the type of game for it. It's a sort of highly immersive in like well, single player mystery game. I think adding more people to it would kind of undercut that somewhat. Okay, one moment. Take these 2 batteries, please, and remove the battery from my tool here. I need to get more water. 1 minute. Sea glide. Damn, that's the wrong one. Oh no, wait. I've put the other 2 charged ones in the wrong place. Whoops. I need more batteries. There we go. Sort of crude. A little bit, I suppose. But I would say Outer Wilds has, despite a similar setup, it's I can't really mention it without spoiling Outer Wilds. It's got more of like a unique twist on it, Outer Wilds. Okay, 1 minute. Need to find a bladderfish. There's one. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me. Come here. Dip, dip, dip. Bastard. Okay. How much do I know about the story of the game? Well, for now, I know that Sam, so my sister, before she died, was transferred to a place called Outpost Zero after the good work that she did on some sort of robotics, like, penguin spy program? Whatever that is. I also know that she attempted to speak to Fred, the guy with the mustache, about getting, I think, a vehicle to go and look at something a bit deeper. She wasn't authorized to do that. Uh-oh. Low power? Also, yes, there's a strange signal at 200 meters, which sounds like an SOS, but it's coming from the ancient ruins, weirdly. Okay. Step outside again. Wonder if I can... multi-purpose room. I believe I can still double stack it. Is that true?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you. Just going to grab some titanium. Okay. Right. Give it a save. And then I'm just going to remove this solar panel. Just going to place it over here
Warning,
instead.
Emergency power only.
Okay. Just going to see if I can still do this. Multi-purpose room. Can they still be double stacked? Okay, they can.
Warning. Emergency power only.
So I could
Oxygen
choose to
production offline.
put in a ladder so that I can move up and down. Connects 2 floors. Like so, if I wished. So I could always have, say, the upstairs, like a bedroom area, up here. With like a main, whatever, down here. Like a bioreactor, maybe. 1 second. How far is the, might be a bit too far. Would have been a fun idea if I built it a bit higher to have the top room poking out the surface. Okay. Right. How much for a bioreactor? Wiring kit and lubricant. What do I have in storage? Might be able to make one of those. A wiring kit is just silver, is it not? 1 second. Fabricator. Oh, low power. Cannot be used. Not until the sun comes up. 1 second. I'm breathing my O2 tank right now, so it's not as if I can sleep wearing it. Just gotta wait till daylight. Bugger. Right. Bear with. Unless... Ah, I know what to do. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the lights to the solar... as if that would work. Oh! Oh dear. Okay, we're just gonna wait, I'm afraid. Ooh, coffee vending machine. Yeah, I'll put the bioreactor in here. Hang on. Go up here. Think I can build the bed? Emmanuel's bed. Do I have to build their beds specifically? Fiber mesh, a bench, a desk, swivel chair, shelving units. Oh, what have I done? There we go. Do I have any fiber mesh? No. Gotta go get some, haven't I? I shouldn't need it, Mr. Kit Killer. When the sun comes up, we should get power, and then we should get O2 just fine. Oh yes, I forgot about the, one moment. The vehicle bay. Off it goes. Okay. So I presume it's still just the, just the sea truck. I won't be able to build any of its upgrades yet. There we go. Base power restored.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
Okay. So, fabricator is unpowered? Oh, not enough power yet. Give it a second. I need to use it to make that wiring kit. Alright. Anyway, sorry for the people just passing through the stream. On the bullshittery front, apologies for the drought of content. I'm trying to polish the latest bullshittery, but it's doing my head in somewhat. It's a biggie. It's a bit of a behemoth. Yeah. Just going through, rendering it overnight, trying to fix the errors. Yeah. There we go. Use fabricator. Wiring kit using silver. Cool. And with that kit, I should now be able to manufacture a bioreactor. Placed in the middle of the room, like so, with the console facing me here. The bioreactor lets me place in, well, organic material to be processed into power. This includes sea creatures. Grimly. All I have to do is put it in there. 1 minute. Do we have any kelp in the area? We do. 1 moment. Unload the battery. Place it in the sea glide. Whee! Alright. We also wanted some fibers, didn't we? Get a seed cluster. I can't remember which does which. Okay. Just noticing the patterns on the side of the rocks there. Biofouling, maybe? Strange. As in, like, damage, like the sea creatures have done to it? Okay. Use bioreactor. There we go. Active. Nice. That should give us additional power. Also, let's go over here. Use the fabricator. Basic resources, fiber mesh. Fiber mesh and silicon rubber. There we go. Silicon rubber, I only just met her. Right, up here. Let's go and place down, Jeremiah's, Emmanuel's, or Fred's. What's that? Is that a... What is it? Oh, it's the truck, isn't it? I thought it was a sea turtle or something. Okay. Right. A single shelf. Let's put down the, where are they? The posters that I picked up. There we go. Whoops. Hang on. What have I got? No? There we go. Ooh, pretty. The Mercury 2. Focus. Right. Keep calm and truck on. A picture of a freaky penguin. Or penguin. The new sea truck, times 12. He looks happy to be in there. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a start. Now then, what's my next... Well, honestly, I was more hoping that this thing would be helpful. It's too limited. We've only got 300 meters of range. Need to do better. I wonder, if I were to go down that chasm, maybe I could find some of the magnetite or whatever it's called. Magnetite. Camera drone. Those would indeed be quite useful. Scanner room speed, scanner room range, copper ore and magnetite. Okay. Can I get myself a camera drone? Maybe. Thank you, Lunchbox. Thank you very much, Lunchbox. Computer chip. Table coral, gold and copper wiring. Got the gold. I have the components for the copper wiring. I need only the coral samples. Let's get them. Oops. I took it off my hotbar. It's a very beautiful game. Ah, there's some. Some more copper ore. Get some more of these samples. Ah. Neat. What is this stuff? Is it a specific type of coral? I'm guessing so. I'll read the log on it momentarily. Hang on. It's one of those predators. Stay away from that thing. We should have enough. Let's go.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you. What does it say about them? Carnivores. The brute shark. A common shark-like predator with low intelligence. Its relatively streamlined body enables fast navigation of tight spaces. Yellow turquoise coloration provides camouflage in shallow waters. Slow moving. It ambushes small fish from above. Minor threat. Very large skull there. It's probably got one hell of a bite strength on it. Seems weirdly over-equipped to hunt small fish. Okay. What else do we have available? Flora, one moment. Thermal lily. So where is that type of coral? These things. Coral bridge. Coral bridges are formed by rapidly growing coral polyps that exhibit thigmotropism, which causes growth in response to stimuli, or when touching a solid object. Coral bridges grow in thick, twisted patterns that anchor onto rocks or other corals. The underside is covered in colonies of blue barnacles. Oh, I see. So it's not part of the coral itself, it's just barnacles. Ah. Okay. And I presume the barnacles are attaching to other barnacles. So I know through just general sort of osmosis that in oyster farms, oysters are encouraged to attach to the oyster farm surface by crushing up oyster shells and sort of placing them over the frames for the oysters. Apparently it's some evolutionary advantage when it comes to sort of attaching themselves to each other to increase the likelihood that they'll find decent feeding ground. You know, if another oyster is there, then clearly it's got the right idea. So for this reason, I presume the barnacles are clustering together because they're sticking to other barnacles. Again, I presume. Also, just going down that rabbit hole, yes, I was reading that oysters are, surprisingly, I didn't know this, but oysters were actually once considered to be a very low-class common food. They were so abundant, so massively harvested, that, yeah, they were just fed as common sort of factory worker, working class, just trash food, really. It was only later, as their numbers started to dwindle, that it became a delicacy thing. Yeah. But they could be found in such ridiculously large numbers, it was just fodder food, really. Okay. Copper wire. Right. Computer chip. Oops, I'm missing ribbon plants for the battery. Let's go find them. Also get some more bladderfish for the water. Can I not make bleach? Surely I need bleach. Bladderfish. But yeah, so oysters in particular were, yeah, just absolutely abundant. In fact, in general, they're sort of one of the reasons that early humans would stick fairly close to the shore. Just an abundant, reliable source of food. Not oysters specifically, but just one of the reasons. We know this through shell middens, I believe they're called. Basically just trash piles. We can find thousands upon thousands of oyster shells packed together in the soil, where local people would just remove them from their shells and just toss them on the pile. Okay. Whoops, I never found the ribbon plants. I'm dumb. Whoops. Not sure where to look. Probably back towards the pod. Do I have sufficient yeah, plenty. Ah, there they are. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. And some quartz for any glass. Grav traps. I already know how to make those. Any more of those ribbon plants? Hello. Ah, a sea monkey nest. Ah, there's some.
Seek fluid intake.
There you go. Okay, back to the platform we go. So yeah, anyway, I hope everyone is having a nice week so far. I must admit, pretty uneventful over here, just kind of cracking on with the editing for the bullshittery, which is doing my head in a little bit. As I keep mentioning, late in the project, you're kind of, I don't want to say like I'm over it, but I'm eager to move on, if you know what I mean. I've finished the editing, I'm just trying to finish the polish, which isn't a lot of fun. My mind already wanders to the next project and what it may be. Wait, is it definitely a battery I require? One moment. Camera drone, battery and glass. Not a problem. First, please utilize the bladderfish to filter the water so I can drink it. Oh shit. Sorry, Jerome? Feel better soon. Holy fuck. A kidney stone. Ouch. Bugger. Bugger indeed.
Vital signs stabilizing.
There we go. And a battery. How long does the polish normally take? So about a week if it's 10 minutes long, but this one is 22 minutes long, so yeah. Okay. So, glass. I require... Did I not get all the quartz? Silver, quartz. There we go. Okay, there we go. Glass. Apparently there's a pandemic of kidney stones following COVID. No one knows why yet. For real? I did not know that. Okay, a camera drone. So, here we go. This drone should now... No? Oh, do I need to place it manually? Whoops. Camera drone. How does one activate it again? I've forgotten. Do I need to physically go place it outside? Probably. Camera drone. Ah, excellent. Right, so our scanner room, once we have the ability to, well, obviously it will increase its range, but we now have eyes that aren't directly us in person. So if we see something interesting, we can send a much more expendable camera to have a look first. Let's have a look. Camera 1, online. So, this thing can trundle through the water and have a look. So, let's send it down. This goes way deeper than my truck can currently handle. So let's have a quick look, shall we? So where are we now? So, yeah, detach from there. So, we've gone straight outwards and down. So where do we need to go? Here. So tell the drone to move in a southwesterly direction. Wait, really? There we go. Camera 1, online. Southwest. This way. Think a few words of care. Spending lots of time in my bed this week, hoping not to end up back in the emergency room. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, all the best to you, Zero. Sorry, Jero. Yeah, it sucks, man. Never had one of those. Yeah, hope you're okay. So, keep your eyes open for a spiky looking grey diamond mounted in the walls. Magnetite. We're down to 187 meters. Here we go. Whoa, look at that. What is that? Strange looking flora. Thank you, paint. Thank you very much, paint. 282 meters deep. Whoa, look at that. I've not seen that type of predator before. this? Is that moving through the heat in the water or its own motion? Some sort of an enemy that's attached itself to the coral. I'm approaching the maximum range of the camera. Look at these root systems all intertwined. Some sort of squid creature, look at it. There. That's what we want. I think, at least. No, that doesn't look like what I thought it would look like. Is it? Maybe. Not sure. That's diamond? You sure? Ah, is that it? No, that's lead. You might be right, actually. Maybe that is diamond. What is that? Looks like a... almost looks like an antlion, almost. And an enemy? Shall I poke it? I've only just made the camera. I don't want to see it destroyed already. Fuck it. No. Maybe it only reacts to organic things. Volcanic vents? We're at 340 meters down. Ooh. Strange polyps. What is that? It's very pretty. Right. Before we get too far, let me just have a look and see exactly where we are. So the camera has gone down into this chasm. It's gone beyond the scanner's range. Okay. Scanner room upgrade, copper ore and magnetite. No, I don't think it was magnetite down there. Maybe it was just diamond. Drat. Okay. Alas, yes, looking at the time, I probably will have to investigate that later, I'm afraid. I've run out of it this evening. Ooh. Okay. So, we'll keep investigating. We'll keep searching. So, on this stream, I've gone to Delta Base, where I've managed to find the ruins of one of the Altera Corporation's bases, but it doesn't look like the people there succumbed to the Kara virus, which is the plague that seems to inhabit these waters, something that they seem to have been researching. Nor does it look like they've been attacked. It more just looks like the base was abandoned for reasons that aren't clear. What also isn't clear is that, well, we were jumped and surprised by a woman that sounded a hell of a lot like one of the characters from the original Subnautica. But I don't know if it's her, because the times don't work. She should be dead. I don't know. Her death was never directly spelled out in the original Subnautica. Marguerite, or Margarita, not sure what her name is exactly, I can't quite remember, but she charged a Leviathan-class creature and then fell into the depths, and it was assumed that she perished. Strange. Weird that she didn't kill me. Very odd. Okay, so more to discover. We need to figure out what the fuck is going on with my sister, so Sam. We'll keep trying to explore something called Outpost Zero, which is apparently where she was sent after a promotion for her work at Outpost Delta. Okay, for next time then. For the moment, thank you for watching. This has been Subnautica. If you haven't played Subnautica, the original one, strong recommend. Definitely recommend jumping in. As for me, I'm going to cuddle this dog and go to bed. So thank you again, folks. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Inca, Paint, Mr. Piezone, Foghide, Fear of War, Brampton Have, Lunchbox, and Mike Hunt, and the filthiest of weebs. Thank you, all of you, for your generosity, folks. You're extremely kind. Thank you. 1 minute, just saving. Okay, so let me just have a look and see who's doing what. So, hi, darling. Oh, that blanket she's on is filthy. Need to get a clean one on there. And clean that dog as well. She's filthy. Okay. So, in the clan, ZF Digby is doing some Arma 3. Smeagol is doing some Rust. And Harry is doing some Valorant. In addition, Mag is doing some Stanley Parable. Alistair is doing Hollow Knight. Okay, in which case, let me hand you over to Mag then. So Mag is the server admin of lots of the things that we do. He can be summoned by screaming the word Mag. He's playing the Stanley Parable. He's a relatively new streamer, so I'm sure he would appreciate your followage if you fancy. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely evening.